Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm back with Sunaina today. So, Sunaina is a mental health expert, and thank you very, very much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So, before we get into any conversation, please introduce yourself, what you do, and everything about your work, Sunaina. Please go ahead.
Sure. So I'm Sunana and I'm a counseling psychologist and I've been practicing from past 1.5 years and I specialize in CBT therapy. So that's what I practice. I have my own private practice. So I practice under supervision and I take up cases related to anxiety and all of that. And I'm also spreading awareness about mental health and it's important through my social media presence. So yes, that has been an active role in my life from past 1 2 years. So yes, that's all about me.
Great, Sunaina.
Am I
Uh,
audible?
uh,
Okay.
yeah, I think you're audible now. So, my next question to you would be if you could, give a brief note about what you're going to discuss in the session and what you're going to have a conversation on, and the topic also. So that would be great.
Okay, so today we are discussing about mental health as a trend during pandemic. So we're going to discuss how if like right now we are seeing an increase in spreading awareness about mental health and seeing an increase in the demand of mental health practitioners. So we want to see and explore how if it's a good or a bad trend and what we can do about it. So that is going to be today's topic.
Great. So, first question is the trend good or bad?
Okay, so I won't say it's good or bad, but let's just see what's the good side and what's the bad side. I would say yes. I mean, not exactly the bad, but then the ones that are actually like influencing the audience in a not very good manner. So that could be the bad side. And so why we chose this topic is because during this pandemic, the whole 2020 and 2021, we have seen a surge. So earlier, mental health was not that paid attention to, and right now, as we are seeing that we are in the middle of the pandemic, a lot of people and a lot of even our authorities are paying attention to its importance because they have seen that unemployment, and they've seen students under pressure, they've seen people being in isolation. So they are the all of these problems have been increased a lot, and now people are actually so the statistics says that people are facing a lot of issues related to anxiety, related to loneliness, related to depression. The number of cases reported has increased. So I have also seen, now this is the good part, I mean, I'm happy that mental health is actually getting recognized and it's getting the value. People are actually realizing that why they need to regularly check in with their mental health. But with that, another thing that I've seen is that during the pandemic, I mean, it has become a business for a lot of people. Now that is the bad part I was talking about, because when we say mental health, it is very fragile and very sensitive. Because with physical health, still you can see, you can treat with medications and things like that. But when it comes to mental health, it can be if not rightly addressed, it can be it can just um, it can just be a very, what do we call it, it can harm the person in a lot of ways actually, if not addressed properly. So that's why I feel that this part of making mental health a business is a bad thing, because as a mental health practitioner in past almost 1 year, I have received a lot of collaborations from people saying that we want to start spreading awareness, and we want to start a page, or we want to start even an app where we connect clients to mental health professionals, and they would address me as a doctor. So that really showed me that they had not done the research well, that I'm not a doctor. And that's not how, like, if you are starting in an app, it's a very, very huge responsibility. It's not just the monetary funds that you require a lot of background research. So if you're not doing that properly, then probably you can harm the other person, or probably you can just get on board some fraud or quack therapists with you if you do not, do a background check. So that is one thing I've been, very highly disappointed. And the another thing, the same, the collaborations. A lot of people are actually, if you say that you are a mental health advocate, that means that you are there to share your journey and to spread awareness amongst people. That is very great. That is one way we can always make awareness about mental health. But when you say that, okay, I want to support people in their mental health journey, and I'm here, I am, showing my presence, that you can always come and share things with me, that is very, very wrong. That can be very harmful. And we have seen that since I use Instagram a lot, and my presence is there as a content creator as well on mental health. So I've seen this, that since this pandemic situation and has happened, and mental health has this whole sector has seen an growth, then people are actually trying to make a business out of it, or get popular out of it. So they have made it as a trend. We should also have a mental health awareness page. We should also provide support groups. We should also provide help. A lot of people have genuine intentions behind it. A lot of people have not so good intentions behind it. But then in either of the cases, it's actually harmful. It can be harmful to a person who's actually suffering from a mental health issue at the moment. So that has been my major concern, because right now, due to the pandemic, if we are seeing a growth in mental health sector, but once the pandemic is over, then what? Will these pages just vanish? Will the aim of spreading mental health awareness just get over? Because any Instagram trend won't last that long, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make people aware of this, that it's very important that you not only start something just because it's a trend, but understand where it's coming from. Do your own research. Understand what you want to do, what it will have an impact on others, or on our society. So I'll share one incident with you. This is important. So I also shared it on my Instagram profile. So a girl who is 15 years old, she reached out to me. They have started an Instagram page, a community, and she told me that, will you be interested in being on board with us as a professional? So I was like, give me all the details and everything. So she told me that, and I also checked that page. So they have also started hiring interns from psychology background. And she told me that she's 15, and she and a few of her seniors from school have started this initiative where they connect all of this. And she also titled me as a doctor. So the first thing that I told her is that I don't think I want to collaborate. And the other thing is, please don't address me as a doctor, and please do your research, because it's very important how you address the person. So that was also a very overwhelming incident for me, because that's not how it should work, right? You're taking a very big responsibility. And Instagram has become a huge platform where kids these days, especially teenagers, are getting exposed to a lot of things, a lot of things. And if not done correctly, then, and I also see, like, as clients, I see people coming to me and telling me ki, Sunaina, I have this attachment issue. I have this. And I was like, okay, where did you learn this term from? They're like, Instagram. So a lot of exposure is also not good, because because for people to, they won't diagnose themselves as they won't say that, okay, I have cancer because I just saw a few signs and symptoms here and there. They will directly go to a doctor, they will get the reports done and everything done, and then they will say, Acha, I have cancer. But when it comes to mental health, it's so fragile that people might see a few here and there signs and symptoms, and they will start saying, Acha, I have this, which is very, very wrong. Because going to a professional and getting it diagnosed properly is a complete process which is required. And that is also one of the stigma, that they don't want to go because self-diagnosis is important and they can do it by themselves, so it's just fine for them. So I'm just really concerned about this whole situation, that I'm glad, that's the good point, that during pandemic, the it's grown, like mental health whole sector has grown a lot, and people are actually reaching out to professionals. People are taking people are actually considering. Even our government has seen that. Even our government have cancelled exams for students because they have also seen that mental pressure बहुत ज़्यादा है over students. So that is important. They have seen it. But what if this pandemic situation gets over? Then what?
Yeah.
Then what? Will you just stop it there? Then will it just get over then? Because season khatam ho gaya. It's like that कि एक time आता है हर चीज का when you want to pay attention to that, and that's called the season कि अच्छा ये season है इस चीज का. So is mental health creating awareness or mental health importance is just limited to this season ki pandemic hai on, and Instagram is one of those platforms where we really need to pay attention to this one thing specifically. So yeah.
Great. I think I totally agree with you, whatever you said. And yeah, maybe after some time, if lost, then what would be the main thing, right? Yeah, I just totally agree with that. So what could be the solution for the problem? How could we sustain and keep these campaigns there? Like keep what we are running it differently, because the pandemic is over, but something else is there. The mental health problem is going to be there. So how do we sustain those campaigns, and how do we run those campaigns continuously without any interruptions? What could be
So
solution
I
for the
feel
problem?
that, so see, I personally don't believe in the concept of calling out people. Okay, hey, this person is doing something wrong, let me call him or her out on my stories. That's not how I work personally. But yes, we all should be matured enough, or maybe hold this much understanding that let's educate ourselves first. And if I know something, then let me put it out there to the other person, or I can just directly tell that person. Because this has been happening in our community, like the Counselors Connect. We have seen a lot of people carry on a proper business without any degree. So what do we do is we call them out on our personal DMs. We speak to them, ask them what are your qualifications, and if they fail to provide a qualification, then we tell them that put that as a disclaimer. Don't let people believe that you are a professional and then do your work. Rather, just put a disclaimer that, hey, you are ready to help, but you are not qualified to do so. Right? That's one thing. And another thing is we can educate ourselves. That is very much important, because if you are doing something, you should know why you're doing that for. What's the aim behind it? Like it's not like you can just start a page and then vanish it. It should be started with an aim, and you should continue with that aim. And another thing is just awareness. I would say awareness should be spread in a way that it should not be limited to pandemic. Because right now, if we are in a pandemic, then people are only discussing mental health in pandemic. Even bigger brands like clothing brands, everybody is having a live session. They are inviting professionals and they're talking about how to cope with anxiety in pandemic. That's all business, I would say. That's all business, because they're not really concerned about the mental health. They are only trying to hop on to the trend and be like, okay, we are also there, we are also
There, yeah.
there to support you during the pandemic. But I just feel that should be continued. So even though you are a clothing line, you also have a presence on Instagram, right? आज से पहले you never invited a mental health professional for a live session, but now pandemic hai, then you invited. So it can just be a regular thing, right? Once in a while you can still put in that effort. So that's how we can continue, because right now everybody is paying attention. Let's just continue doing that. Let's just normalize having a session kabhi kabhi ki, let's say once in a while. Always we can have a session and talk about how these things are shown abhi bahut zyada, like now it has increased, but it's always there. After pandemic also it will be there.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to focus on. We don't need to glorify mental health during pandemic, but we just need to make people aware that mental health is a part of your everyday life, like any physical problem, and it should be seen as that only. So that's the whole, I think, the idea.
Great.
Yes,
Yeah, I think I totally agree
I
with
mean,
you. And
that's not like I don't know if, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Sunil.
exactly. So this is one major step. Yeah, so this is just one major step that I always like. Whenever I see these big brands doing this, then I really like, hope that they should continue doing this, because they influence masses. And that could be the positive thing that we can, take out of social media. So that's how you influence people, I mean, the right way. So yes, because sometimes we can't really control the bad part, so it's better that we pay attention to the good part. So that's how I feel.
True. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Naina. I think these were the questions I had, and you gave it very detailedly. So great. Thank you very, very much for joining in. It was a pleasure to have
No
you. Thank you
problem.
very much.